All right. Welcome to tentatively the first episode of Whiskey Bros.
Yep. This is going to be a podcast, I guess, for this first one.
It's going to be a podcast / maybe videos. Maybe we're going to... Yeah, we're exploring, right. You know? We're going to see where this takes us.
So our first whiskey is going to be America's finest.
So says the steel canister that it comes in. It's not even like a glass bottle.
It just looks like lighter fluid.
It literally looks like a giant thing of lighter fluid.
Here, just give that a little...
Yep. That's the whiskey.
Yeah.
It's called Stillhouse. Comes in a red, lighter fluid type canister.
It's massive. This is the Apple Crisp Whiskey.
I insisted on getting a flavored whiskey because I'm a basic and also because the standard whiskey looked scary to me.
This is going to be corn whiskey infused with apple crisp liqueur.
So I did some research on this brand before we started recording. They're pretty new. They're very new to the American bourbon whiskey scene. They started in like late 2016, I want to say.
Okay.
They make their whiskey in Virginia and Kentucky, so fairly legit. But I think the operation is based out of LA, so hence the trendy, hip kind of packaging that they have here.
Strong.
Ooh, okay. The aroma.
It smells like a real
very boozy.
Liqueur.
It smells like somebody dunked apple cider in moonshine. Like
they went bobbing for apples in moonshine.
Yeah, with like cinnamon and cloves stuck in the apples, and they just let it sit in the moonshine for like
my finger tastes good.
2 or 3 hours. Ooh, definitely a boozy aroma. I haven't tried it yet. I'm just trying to wrap my head around this. My favorite part of the packaging, because I'm secretly a 12-year-old boy, is that on the side of the sticker here, it says Apple Crisp 69. I don't know why it says 69. It's the only place on the bottle it says 69.
Here, there's a little extra juice up top. Let's pour that off into one of those glasses. Oh, season that ice a little bit.
By the way, I hope you're willing to say goodbye to this cutting board, because I think this cutting board... So we have a cutting board. We're putting the glasses and the booze
What do you mean say
on.
goodbye?
I'm saying we're going to spill all these different kinds of bourbon and whiskeys and scotches on this thing.
Yeah, we just wipe it down.
You just...
Anyways, I'm not going to shoot this. I feel like I'm going to go for the sip to try to get into the palate.
Let's go for a small sip.
Just a palate. A
small sip out of the shot glass. It's... I mean, I guess I figured it was going to be sweet. It's a little sweeter than I thought it was going to be.
There's like... It tastes more orangey to me. Like a fuzzy navel.
Like take a second sip. It gets a lot boozier on the second sip.
It's boozy, but... Dude, this is just... This is not whiskey. It's not
whiskey.
It's clear. It's clear. I've seen vodka that's got more yellow to it.
No, yeah. So in the shot glass, I see some tiny particulates floating around, which I'm assuming is the sweetener, like the flavoring.
Just apple bits.
I doubt there's real apple bits in this, but I see tiny particulates floating around, which you don't see in a vodka. It looks like moonshine. It's that kind of thick.
It's tasty,
almost viscous.
Upon a third sipping there, that's quite nice. You know what? I know this sounds like an old man's way to drink, but just soda water, just clear, like I've got a Soda Stream thing at home where I make my own carbonated water. This is just carbonated water. Like I find that it just it waters it down, but it gives it that like that bubbliness, so it makes the flavors and the aromas pop with all of the carbonation pop.
Would you suggest adding this to the carbonated water?
I think for the rest of the shot that you've poured, I'm going to pour this into the glass and I'm going to put some of that on there because I think that'll make the flavors and the aromas pop a little bit more.
Okay, you do that. I'm going to pour mine over ice as well, but I'm going to keep it just neat on the rocks. Okay. I'm not going to add. That way we'll have different perspectives.
Well, then it doesn't mean we can't.
Well, I'll try it later.
Right. Well,
I also want to see how this does when it's in some ice.
The other thing I'm going to do is because I put quite a bit of soda water in there, so I'm going
to top yourself off a little bit.
I have to say, I hate this bottle.
It's very hard to pour.
You can't, because
Yeah.
Take a photo of this.
I will. Okay, so for the listeners, there's like a rim, like a 1/4-inch rim around the top of the container, and the spout sticks out of the middle of it, so that you kind of have a place for liquid to collect on the top of the container, which is not ideal.
Well, I mean, I guess it's kind of interesting because instead of it just like drifting down the side of a bottle and going nowhere, it's kind of collected there.
I guess it catches.
You give it a second pour.
Yeah, you put the lid on and then you pour again and get the excess off. But I almost feel like this was designed to be drinking straight out of, like just straight out of the thing.
Well,
cheers. All right, cheers, sir. Let me know how that looks awful. No offense. You are like a 90-year-old man. Just give me the soda water and the liqueur. Just a hint of apple.
Well, the only reason that I want to do that
was almost a Cosme I went into.
Well, but I feel like this is going to give it more. It'll accentuate the flavors more without changing them. You know.
Honestly, I'm assuming this is like filtered water ice, right?
Yeah, fridge.
Honestly, it's much better on the rocks.
I'll tell you what. You should try this.
Try it just with a little bit of the rocks, because the water just.
Personally, I like the carbonation, and I feel like that subtly accentuates the aroma.
I think that's that's not for me. It's a little too watery. If it was more bubbly, I think it's really good neat with just on the rocks, because the ice just dilutes it slightly, mellows the flavors.
You're right, and I feel like maybe I put too much.
Soda water. Yeah,
but I feel like this needs to be mixed with something like it's not. Yeah. That's not a. It's not a straight shooter.
What would you mix it with, though? I mean...
Dude, honestly, I feel like this is something I would cook with. I actually want to, like, make an apple pie or an apple crisp and actually, like...
Ooh. Or, like some apple wood smoked bacon with a little bit of this in the pan. I don't know.
Just make bacon. Just put this into a pan with bacon.
Maybe like a flan. I don't even know what a flan is.
A flan is like a custard that slowly collapses in a cupboard.
I'm trying to be fancy. I don't really cook.
No.
I don't want to be good in.
No, but I do cook. Do you think that's something people would be interested in, like, recipes and shit? Because, like...
You should try using this for something. Save some of this and try to actually cook something with it.
Yeah, no.
I like the bacon idea, because apple and bacon goes together perfectly. And booze and bacon?
I'll text Dad. Bring bacon home.
Bring the bacon.
No. So, I like it, though. It's
good. It's easy drinking. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I feel...
Well, no, I don't think this is easy drinking. This is not something that I'm going to, like, just pull down off the shelf.
I feel like we missed a couple important points here for the audience.
Such as?
Such as, for anybody interested in this kind of whiskey, potentially... The Apple Crisp Corn Whiskey from Stillhouse is only 34.5 alcohol by volume, which is 69 proof.
And that's where you get your...
That's where I got the 69 on the side. Right. I'm kind of disappointed that I figured out that that's why.
Unless they wanted to make a 69 joke, and then they were like, well, we got to do what we got to do to make this...
Like, how can we make 69 work on this packaging? Okay, well, it'll just be 69 proof, which is somewhat weaker than the traditional bourbon or scotch, which is typically 80 proof. So 40% alcohol by volume.
Sure, but this is a corn whiskey, and corn whiskeys are usually, I want to say, somewhere in the commercial stuff that I see that you would see like this, I always see all the jar moonshine things.
That stuff. Well, that is technically a malt liquor, right. Is what that is. This is not. This is closer to an actual real moonshine, and legitimate moonshine is like 120 proof.
I just noticed that this has a make batch item, so like this bottle or canister,
you can't call it a bottle,
container, it's actually got a serial number. That's actually legit.
No, it is legit. I mean, I think we were making fun of this when we were in the liquor store looking for something to review, and we got this as kind of a joke. But now that we're sipping on it and really admiring the packaging, it is more legit than we thought it was. So, well, I mean, it came with this little booklet attached to the top of it.
One of a kind package, 100%. So it's 100% stainless steel. It chills quickly. It's portable, unbreakable, individually numbered, goes where glass can't, and it's recyclable. Dude, this bottle, the bottle is cool. The bottle's cool. This is a camping bottle. This is meant to be
camping, beach. Like a park.
Yeah.
Go to a public park. If you want to drink some whiskey. Yeah.
I actually don't mind this.
It's a go anywhere.
I don't mind this with the soda water. Actually,
you are a madman. I've never heard of anybody drinking a corn liquor with soda water. You're a madman.
No, but it's like a Scotch and soda, right?
Which is more like a 7 and 7, which I also think is disgusting.
I think 7 and
Secret 7 is
disgusting.
Ugh. Hey, I like Southern Comfort,
so this is the base of a lot of your basic mixed drinks.
What you have there is maybe a quarter of a cocktail that you're enjoying, which is fine.
I enjoy it because you can taste the alcohol, but it's not so, because it is pretty sweet. You're able to taste the flavors without just like having your tongue obliterated. And
honestly, the apple flavoring is not like a cheap candy apple flavor.
No,
like
it tastes like they well, obviously they've used apples.
Well, it tastes like there was a real apple, at least within vicinity of the distillery. So they made
the apple crisp. So they've taken apples, fermented them, distilled them to make an apple liqueur, and then infused that with corn whiskey. So this is just hooch mixed with apple liqueur.
Okay.
So is that a whiskey then?
I mean, they call it a whiskey
because it's corn whiskey.
I feel like they're writing a fine technicality. I feel like this is not the kind of booze you want to sit down and have multiple cocktails of because of the sugar content.
Right.
Like, I feel like a spiced rum. Tomorrow. I feel like a headache already coming on just from drinking this. Like the sugar.
Right.
The diabetes. I can feel it.
I like this the whole presentation of this thing. Like, it was eye-catching on the shelf.
And we made fun of it pretty ruthlessly for a little while.
Do you know what ad that type of style reminds me of? Like, you make fun of it and everyone thinks it's terrible, but then you realize you're talking about it and that's all it is that they wanted you to do. It's the Volkswagen ad from like the 60s or 70s where it's just the picture of the Volkswagen Beetle and it just says lemon, period. And that's it. Like, not like the word period, but just lemon with the dot, and that was the whole page. And it was like a whole page ad in a bunch of magazines. And there's like, the whole thing is I just got people talking. Now, I don't know if this was actually real, but it was in Mad Men. I'm assuming it was real.
I mean, I'm sure. I mean, it's definitely an advertising technique.
Right.
You know, any press is good press. That's what Donald Trump has been running off of his whole life. He just wants people talking about it.
Let's scale that back a bit.
No, that's not political. That's just true. That's not a political statement. That is a true statement. He just wants people talking about it because he knows it's good to have people talking about it.
I wish we had the camera set up because my face is saying no politics.
I know. It's not. That's as political as I will ever get on this show. I promise.
Yeah. Hey,
that's
so
just
check
an
that
example.
Out. That like weird antelope thing on top of the camera. That's a microphone.
Oh, I just noticed that there's a camera pointing right at my face. I'm really glad that's not on.
Right?
Yeah, I look over and just behind the monitor, like to my left, there's a camera literally pointing directly at my face. Yeah. Like I'm staring straight
like it's 4K. It's picking up all the imperfections.
Oh, and there's many to pick up. It might be breaking trying to gather them all.
Physical, mental, and otherwise.
Well, I mean, those are really the only two. What metaphysical?
Yeah.
Spiritual? Yeah. Well. Yeah.
What is that?
All right, give me the Stillhouse. Right, give me the Stillhouse. I don't gonna get off psychosomatic on me.
Well, I think that's gonna be
verdict. Well, you know, we have to like rate it. We have to
rate it,
dude. It's a review. Of course, we're still working out the kinks here.
We're working out the early parts of the review because, you know, as the episodes go on, we'll keep chatting.
I think we need to. No. We need to figure this out right now on air. We need to keep this in. What's our rating system going to be? Is it going to be stars? I think it should be glasses. Out of how many glasses?
No. Shots.
How many shots?
How many shots?
Okay. Out of 1 to 5.
1 to 10. I think you got to give it
10 a 10. 10 is too nebulous, man. I think 1 to 5 is safer, like movie reviews.
Okay, but you got to go.
Or do you want to do 10?
Well, okay, so we go 5, but you got to be able to go 0.5.
Yeah, of course you can do 0.5.
So then why don't we go 10?
Let's just do 10. Okay. I'll cheers.
No. Let's do 5s. 5s with the 0.5. I like that. Actually, I like that because that becomes an
5s
easy.
With the 0.5.
5s with the point. 5s with the 0.5.
All right. But wait, do you have different categories like taste, aroma, mouth feel, chest feel, like burning, burning sensation?
So then I feel like that needs to be the end final review. Like, we're still at the beginning of this review.
No, but we need to review this whiskey. We drink it. We tried it.
Right. So here's my idea for how we do the layout. Our Monday episode or our first episode of the week is this, where we've just sampled it. We've tried like a small mixer. You know, we're giving you our first impressions, like an unboxing video. You give your first impressions. Then you have to play with it for a little while before you can really tell them what you think about the iPhone, right?
I don't feel like whiskeys are really comparable to technology. I get where you're coming from, but I feel like a whiskey...
Well, because there's so many different ways to drink it.
You drink it neat, you drink it on the rocks. I think that's really all any decent liquor should need before you know whether it's good or not. I think it's a pretty... I mean, because it all does the same thing to you.
Well, but there's... Okay, so here's an example. Jack Daniels. I don't want to drink Jack Daniels straight. I don't want to drink it on the rocks.
That's the fun of the show. You have to drink something you don't want to drink straight.
But you put it with Coca-Cola, it goes down, smooth sails.
But we're reviewing things that we haven't had yet.
Right, so I'm saying maybe in the next episode where we're playing a little games, we're going to mix this with a little Coca-Cola or something.
But that's not going to change the review. We're reviewing just the liquor. How is it, neat or on the rocks? I think that is an important... I like just reviewing the liquor, just the quality of the liquor.
Well, but you were talking about the mouth taste and the aroma.
Yeah, those are all...
but it takes me more than just 5 minutes to figure that out.
We've been recording for like 25 minutes. How long have we been recording
21 minutes and 45 seconds.
Damn straight. Damn close. That's long enough to know the mouthfeel. If you didn't adulterate it with your house-made carbonated water.
I like it.
Okay, we don't have to do different categories of aroma, taste, mouthfeel.
I do think we should.
Because some whiskeys are super sharp, some are smooth, some are bitter.
I think those are important things that we
some hurt going down, some don't.
And that's also a personal thing too. And like I find sometimes day to day, like some days I'll take a shot of Jameson, and it's like just smooth, and some days I'll take a shot, it's like woo-hoo-hoo.
Yeah, you gotta kind of cringe a little, keep it all in.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's just start simple with a 1 to 5 shots rating system.
How about a 1 to 5 shots with the 5 with a 0.5?
And you could do a half shot, so like 3.5 shots if it's middling.
So okay, so let's for right now. Just the first one. Let's just say our overall like. So we gotta think like 5 shots is like. This is the best.
This is the best thing we've ever tried.
Scottish masters 200 years ago crafted this scotch, and this is a 5.
Yeah,
Okay, so if we're talking like that, okay, so then.
Well, no, I mean, there's going to be 5s. 5 cannot be an unattainable goal, or else there's no point having the 5. If we just really like the whiskey for whatever reason, whatever personal reason,
right? But
we don't have to agree on the rating.
No.
We each come up with our own rating.
Oh no, I agree. But I also want to iterate that giving a drink, say a 3 is not a bad score.
Did you just say iterate instead of reiterate?
No, I just want to iterate because we haven't reiterated. We haven't iterated anything to begin with.
Oh, fair.
I just want to iterate that a score of like a 3.
3 is good. It's solid. It's drinkable.
2 is not necessarily a bad score
2
either.
2 is, in my mind, bad. A 1 is a nigh undrinkable. Don't want to touch it again. 2 is...
I think that's... Okay, so then I guess we've got 6 because there's a 0. Because
No.
If it's
a 0.
If you take a sip and you're never going to drink it again... That's a 0.
No, a 0 is you go for the sip and before you just get your whiff of it and you
start
you throw up before it even touches your lips.
I was like starting
before it even touches your lips, you catch a whiff of it and you just start gagging. That's a 0. A 1 is I would really prefer to never drink that again. A 2 is this was not good. Maybe
if you're at a party and this is what they're serving,
bind, if this is all they have somewhere, I'll drink it.
We've run out of whiskey on the shelves and we need something while we're playing games.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
That's a 2. A 3 is serviceable. Standard, decent.
Like, you could have a bottle of this in your shelf and maybe you have it like once a month. Sure.
A 3 in my mind would be like a Jameson or like a Jack Daniels. That's a 3. That's just an easy drinking.
I would have said a Jack Daniels would have been like a 2.5.
Well, this is good because we don't agree on everything. I know. This is how it should be. In my mind, a 3 is like
I think 2.5 is serviceable. Like this'll do. That'll do, pig. That's 2.5, 2 3/4.
In my mind, because of the rarity of a 0, 3 is smack dab in the middle. You see what I mean?
Okay.
0 still exists, but man, you do not want to mess with a 0.
See, but I'm saying like serviceable is under a 3. Slightly under a 3 should be serviceable. You see what I'm saying?
Wait, sorry. Could you? My girlfriend just texted me. Could you repeat that? I'm sorry.
Boobs.
Sorry. She got called off work tonight.
Oh.
So, anyway, continue. Sorry. So I know where my night might be leading, but
but serviceable is less than a 3. Like,
no, in my, I mean, for you that's fine. For me, 3 is serviceable. 3.5 is good. 4 is damn good. 4.5 is phenomenal. 5 is, oh my god, I can't believe that this exists. Like, so good, so delicious. Those are just my personal ratings. It's good to know where we each stand.
I think I'm right around
With
there.
all that said, what would you give Stillhouse, America's finest apple crisp whiskey, on this fine day, sir?
On this fine day.
On this fine day.
On this fine day, I'll tell you what. Tune in next time for our reviews.
No, you rate it.
Ah, damn it. Okay.
Come on. You want me to go first?
Well, I think we need to say it at the same time. Because
wait. Okay, I want to clarify once. We can do. We don't have to do 0.5s. We could do like a 0.7, a 0.4, a 0.9.
Oh yeah.
Okay, it's gonna get complicated.
You know, like gear, how they have like the ranks of all the cars. Like,
yes, exactly.
Oh, we should develop a chart.
We need to get me a pen and paper.
Yeah,
so,
here we go.
No, for real. Yeah, give me a pad. Here, where's the pen? All right.
Okay.
Drawing a line in the middle, line of demarcation here.
Okay.
All right.
So Stillhouse, America's finest apple crisp whiskey. So I don't think we can give it the overall rate. We should go down the line.
Whiskey. All right. So we got aroma,
flavor, or do mouth, burn.
The aroma, the burn, the ABCs. This is what we need. Okay, the aroma, the burn, and the
chortle.
The what?
The chortle.
I think you need to set the glass down for a second, sir. I think you've had enough for the moment, sir. We're gonna here. How about some water? Can I get you like a Dr. Pepper? Do you have someone driving you? All right.
I'm home.
No, I know. I'm kidding. Okay. So this side is you.
Woo.
S for Scott, and E for Eli.
What do we have so far? Aroma,
burn, and
mouthfeel.
Yeah. Mouth. And this is on a 1 to 5 scale with decibel points along the way. So you can do like a 4.2. That'd be pretty good. A 2.9 would be middling to poor. Okay, so
aroma,
burn, mouthfeel, and
overall
packaging.
Yeah.
Packaging.
The bottle.
Yeah, we'll call it bottle. And this one is
a canister.
More of a canister, but 99% of what we're going to be drinking is going to be in a bottle. So bottle.
Oh, and then overall.
Overall, yeah. And then we'll tally these up.
No,
wait. How should we do this?
I think it should be your overall. Like, if someone was to ask you, what's your opinion on this, 1 to 5?
That's what it is.
That's the overall.
Yeah. Do you recommend this? Right. What did you think? Okay. Right.
And then if you want to have like a tally, then that's something different. But that's whatever. Okay.
This is a run dry.
A run dry.
It's a dry run.
So for this, I think
we need to smell it again.
This needs to be something that we have in the shot glass.
Yeah.
Ooh, this was the technique we didn't have.
That sideways technique.
The side technique.
The thing is, you have to drink enough of this before you get to the stage where you just instinctually know how to pour it. When you're first going into this as a novice, you don't understand what the right way to pour it is.
I have to say that. Okay, right down in the packaging, this is satisfying.
Well, we're not going to critique it. Just you're going to give it a rating. Like, how good do you think the packaging on a 1 to 5 level or 0 to 5?
Yeah.
So let's start with the packaging, because that actually should be first.
Packaging. Okay.
That's the initial impression. The first thing you see in the store or on the shelf when you're going to order some whiskey.
So here's my top 3 number ones. Serial number, always dope.
Okay. You like that personalized touch.
Love that personalized touch.
That little extra.
The fact that it tells you the make, the batch, and the item.
Stay in front of the mic.
Oh, I'm fine.
Yeah, it makes it feel more exclusive.
It's an omnidirectional mic, so we're good.
Okay.
So So I think that the cereal, and I like the way that it's presented. Like it's not like in your face about the fact that it's that way, but it's still there. It's subtle. It's off to the side. It's sleek. You know.
I agree. You know, I'm torn on what I'm going to give this packaging, or this bottle rather, because when we saw it in the liquor store, we mocked it openly. We were like, it literally looks like a charcoal lighter fluid container.
But first off, that's brilliant marketing.
It caught our eye immediately, dude, and we didn't stop talking about it for 5 minutes. Dude,
we both knew before we even picked a bottle up off the shelf, we're buying one of these.
I think deep down we did.
We did. We were like, done.
But my issue is, it really, I mean, no offense, it doesn't look classy. It looks cool. It doesn't look classy. You're not going to bring this to a barbecue with your boss or your girlfriend's dad. I would not.
To a barbecue? Yes.
I don't know. It looks a little ghetto. Just the idea. It's cool, but it looks a little ghetto. In my opinion. I don't know. I would not try to impress anybody with this. Like I said, this is like a sitting there drinking this straight out of the bottle kind of a canister. In my opinion.
At the beginning, it definitely has to be, because the only way to pour it is
you have to take some swigs first before you start pouring it at all. So that immediately lowers the quality.
You just showed up to this barbecue. You're about to ask this man, "Can I have permission to marry your daughter?" And you're just like sucking down on this bottle, trying to get it ready.
The barbecue gas, like the flame is a little low. You just squirt some on there. You just squirt for the mouth, squirt for the BBQ.
Okay, so like I said, the screw on top is awesome.
It's well manufactured.
I love the serial number, and I think that it was just eye catching as all get out. And I think when we have this on the shelf behind us,
it'll look cool.
People will notice it because it's just a big ripe bread.
Keep going. Shrug it off.
Did I say right bread?
You said right bread. What he meant to say was, it's a big, bright red metallic canister. You're okay, buddy. You're okay. Okay.
Woo, that was
okay. Oh my god, it's so hot in this room. Oh.
That's too funny.
Okay. Let's just jump to the just rate the packaging.
4.2.
4.2.
I love it. It's ripe bread.
It's ripe bread. Okay. I'm gonna give the packaging a 3.6. For the aforementioned reasons. We can't battle about this packaging for the entire time.
But this is something I think we need to like write it down independently, and then or say it at the same time, because I don't want my answer or your answer to influence each other.
It won't with me. That's why you should always go first.
I don't think that it would with me either. But
you don't know that though.
But you don't know that either.
Okay, so
we'll just say it at the same time.
I'll rate the aroma on this. This time I'll just write it down, and then I'll wait. That doesn't work because I write it down and pass it to you.
You write it down, and then I'll say mine out loud.
Okay.
So the aroma. Okay.
All right. Aroma. That's our next category here.
So it's a good smell, but it's not profound.
The smell is overly boozy for me, especially for how it tastes. It smells far more boozy than it does when you...
Write down your number. I know what I'm going to say here.
Aroma. Okay. I'm hiding my number from Scott while I wait for his answer.
It's a 2.8.
I did a solid 2.
I was trying to give
I fucked up.
Whatever.
No, I did it. 2.0. Here, there we go.
I mean, the smell...
burn.
So the burn...
Should we do mouth or burn first?
So
mouth.
Well, I just took a little
mouth because you hold it there, and then burn because it goes down. So take a small sip, hold it in your mouth. It's very smooth. I mean, it really is. It's almost viscous in consistency.
It's so sickly sweet.
Too high of a sugar content on the tongue.
It needs to be iced or water.
It is too warm. We're messing up by pouring room temperature Stillhouse Apple Crisp Whiskey in room temperature shot glasses right
That's
here.
how you get all the flavors.
That's how you taste everything. If it was chilled, we wouldn't be able to actually
to taste
tell.
It.
Yeah,
but it is very sweet, and it needs. I think it does need to be put on ice.
Agreed. It's way better on ice.
I think it needs to be put on ice, not chilled. Like specifically, like it needs to have some.
So the mouthfeel though, I don't look. I like though because it has a nice thickness to it.
If you're just having a little sip, is that what we're talking about for the mouth, or are we talking about a shot for the mouth?
By mouth, I mean about how the liquid feels in your mouth. Like you're like wine tasting.
Yeah.
You know, like I think it's smooth. It's kind of silky. It coats the tongue
it doesn't
nicely.
Burn.
It does not burn at all.
It's got tingles.
All right. I have a rating for the mouthfeel for.
Yeah, I do too.
What is it?
I'm gonna go 3.4.
Yours, and mine is 3.5. And I accidentally wrote down it on yours, but it's only one away, so it's easy to change. Nice. I think we agreed very well on that. I agree with you.
It's better than service. It's way better than serviceable.
I rate the mouthfeel slightly higher than you though. I don't know. I really like it. It's a good.
Like at first I was thinking like a 3.2, and then I was like, you know what? This doesn't hurt at all to just have it like hold in your mouth if you're just like having a little sip of it.
Yeah.
But
silky. Yeah, not too. Okay, all right. Let's jump to the burn.
Well, then let me put a little bit of this.
I already drank like half of my shot. All right, but I had to really get the mouthfeel. Yeah.
God.
I mean, it really does have an interesting duality of kind of intense sugary apple flavor and a legit corn whiskey, like a corn hooch kind of a burn. It's like an afterburn, like a.
What is the? It's not. What do you make wine into when you distill it? It's brandy. No, what's the other one though?
Port.
No. The other thing you make.
You make wine into it. Wine is the finished product.
No. But you distill.
Sangria.
No, you distill wine to make brandy, and I think you distill it again to make like Crevassier.
So you're talking about some kind of liqueur, is what you're talking about.
Right. Well, it's because you've got. It's like taking a shot of liqueur almost, because it is an apple liqueur that's been mixed with corn whiskey.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is I can taste both of those elements very prevalently. I feel like
this is like a low mid-grade corn whiskey mixed with a high-grade liqueur.
It tastes to me like mellow moonshine mixed with a sweet apple, like syrup, basically. Which is honestly not the best for me. I mean, it's not the best for me. So I like how we kind of went for taste instead of burn here, but maybe that it's all encompassing. Like the overall taste and the burn is one and the same.
Well, it doesn't. Well, here's the thing. Here's the burn. No. Here, before you even write it down, the burn is 0 because we didn't even talk about a burn. There was no.
It doesn't burn at all.
We were just talking about the flavoring, the tasting. Burn.
Do we need to add another?
The taste.
I like how we just completely overlooked taste.
Overall, I think this is the rating that is.
No, I disagree.
You don't think
so?
I
disagree because I think I'm going to give the burn.
No, for the overall rating.
Well, I don't know. I have to do the burn first before I can think about the overall rating. My burn, I'm giving it 2. 2.0 for the burn.
Well, what? But wait. Because of the burn, is it? Are you saying that like a 1 is low burn and
I don't think it should be called burn. I think it should be called taste because the burn's part of it.
So you're saying
if it burns too much, then that's negative on the taste scale. I think burn should be taste. I'm scratching it out. I'm scratching it out right now.
Taste, yeah.
Taste, not burn. Because we're just reviewing the taste,
right?
Not the burn.
So this taste.
I've already put my answer down. I'm decided on the taste.
I'm gonna go 2.9 on taste.
All right.
What did you write down?
2.0. And okay, so overall, considering all the different disparate elements here, the packaging, the aroma, the taste, how much it burns,
the whole
kit and caboodle. Yeah. I have an answer. I'm going to write it down. Mm-hmm. I'm going to let Scott think for a second, and I will not show him my paper.
I'm going to go 3.2. You didn't write yours down, did you?
No, but I already knew it was going to be.
What did you say?
2.8 for me.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not bad. Not my favorite. also, honestly, not really my kind of whiskey. Like an apple crisp, like corn whiskey is not the kind of thing I would ever drink. I don't like sweet whiskeys typically. I don't fuck with corn liquors after my second time with moonshine. Yeah, so for it being not my cup of tea, not really in my wheelhouse, I think a 2.8 is serviceable. It's not bad at all.
Yeah, it's a serviceable drink.
It's good.
All right. Well, let's call this here. I gotta go set up dinner, and then we're gonna play some Zelda Breath of the Wild, and we'll drink a little bit more of this Apple Crisp Whiskey.
All right, signing off. Thanks for listening.
We're the Whiskey Brothers.